Holocaust Memories Never Forget. A Gentile baby boomer's painful journey into the Shoah. Section 6. Brutalste Gewalt. Brutal Violence. Part 17. From the 1st of January 1943 until the end of the war, May 1945. When Hitler made up his mind to destroy the Jews of Europe, he was so focused on his hatred for this people that it seems like he never gave any serious thought to the logistics involved in completing such a task. At the time Germany invaded the Soviet Union in June 1941, there were no large-scale, fully operational extermination camps using gas chambers and crematoria, as there were later in 1942. Consequently, the Nazis simply murdered prisoners in a variety of ways and were forced to bury them. This included the 4 Einsatzgruppen operating in the Soviet Union, which were estimated to have killed a combined total of 1.5 million Jews, communists, and other civilians by late 1943. However, it wasn't just the bodies left by the Einsatzgruppen that required exhumation. As the war progressed, over 1,000 concentration and subcamps of varying sizes and purposes were put into operation, and all their dead had to be buried as well. Early in the war, even some of the most well-known extermination sites had to bury their bodies outside the camp until they were finally equipped with gas chambers and crematoria. Counted among them were Chelmno, Belzec, Treblinka, Majdanek, and Auschwitz. Hitler had no concern for all those putrefying bodies buried throughout Europe as long as he was defeating his enemies, but with close to 1 million of his finest soldiers dead, injured, or missing, and a fiercely determined Soviet army driving the remaining German forces backward, something had to be done. As noted earlier, the Sonderaktion 1005 program was created to dig up all the bodies and destroy them in hopes of hiding any evidence of mass murder. It was placed under the control of Reinhard Heydrich, head of the Reich Security Main Office, but the daily operation was put in the hands of former Einsatzgruppen commander Paul Blobel, a cold-hearted officer responsible for numerous massacres, including the murder of over 33,000 Jews and non-Jews at Babi Yar. Following Heydrich's assassination, control was given to Gestapo director Heinrich Müller, who gave Blobel the go-ahead. All early attempts failed, including the use of explosives, which were not only inefficient but caused a number of forest fires. Eventually, Blobel came up with a system of stacking bodies in piles across a mixture of railroad ties and steel beams, while ensuring that enough room was made for oxygen to flow freely, after which the pyre was soaked with petrol and ignited. Large slave labor teams were used, and though many workers died in a few months, new prisoners were always found to replace them. Not surprisingly, Sonderaktion 1005 failed to complete the job and was cancelled in 1944, leaving an enormous amount of hard evidence which was used later by the Allies in various war crime trials.